Welcome back. So we'll start on the chair, sitting on the chair. It can be helpful if you don't have a folding chair to have a chair up against the wall so you feel more stable. We won't be doing too much leaning back in the chair, but it can be nice to have the chair up against the wall. And we'll sit in the chair about halfway forward, way back, halfway forward, and finding a comfortable place for your feet. So if you're on the not as tall side, it could be nice to place 2 blocks or a bolster underneath your feet. So you have about a 90-degree angle or wherever is comfortable for you. You could also use a rolled blanket. Wherever you are, finding a position where you can begin to drop down into your body. And the hands could be either overlapping one on top of the other, or hands resting lightly on your thighs and finding a place either halfway forward or back in which your shoulders can drop away from the ears. Either gazing downward or closing your eyes, feeling your feet on the earth, on the ground, feeling your sitting bones heavy into your chair. And allow the architecture of your body to invite in a full, nourishing, supportive breath. So this may mean lifting up your armpits and broadening through the collarbones as you bring your shoulder blades onto your back. And maintaining length in the back of your skull. And noticing the sounds around you. To start off, bringing awareness to what's going on externally without having to control. Now bringing the awareness inward, noticing any sensations, how the breath, your internal support system, is flowing within you without, again, any expectations. Allow this to be a practice of self-inquiry. It's a concept in yoga and many other contemplative practices. Bringing it inward, becoming curious of what's going on within you in response to what's going on outside of you. Allow this to be a safe space to explore without any judgment. Allow this to be an opportunity to tend and befriend all aspects of yourself. Maintaining that awareness of the ground beneath your feet and the chair beneath your sitting bones. You can slowly open your eyes. Let's do some neck movement, neck circling variations. Allow the shoulders to soften away from your ears and dropping, lowering your right ear towards your right shoulder. Right ear to right shoulder. And keeping that left shoulder heavy, right shoulder heavy. And then turn your chin upward mindfully and lower your chin. Exploring here about 5-6 times. The neck, the throat being an area of communication. And communication requires listening. So allow this to be a channel of listening to your needs. And also using this practice of exploring neck circles, movement in the neck to also support your communication of your needs. And about after 5 or 6, bring your head and chin to center. Now lower your left ear to your left shoulder. Pause there, allow the shoulders to be heavy, and explore lifting your chin and lowering. Allow this to be a practice of moving through any areas of stuckness you may feel, again, around your neck. It could be an area of communication, whether here on your chair in this movement practice or also in everyday life. Where's an area that you can soften your listening? You could support yourself in also expressing your needs, your vulnerabilities. And after your last round, let's bring it to center and lift your head to center. I'm gonna fix something on here. Okay. Let's bring some movement, the shoulder blades and the spine. The shoulder blades and the spine. Reach your arms forward. And then open your arms out wide and flip your palms up into a variation of cow pose. And as you exhale, bend the elbows and round inward, bringing the palms together from your heart center. Reach out as you breathe into your back body. And then we'll flow between those 2 points. Open the arms wide, palms up, open and expand. And as you exhale, bring the palms together and reach forward into your chair cat. We'll do that 5 more times. Rhythm of your own breath, and feel free to linger in one of those shapes that is more or the most interesting. Right? Even though we are moving here, you have the choice to hang out and explore. And after your last round, we'll meet in cactus arms, palms facing forward. As the palms face forward, again, reconnect to the earth, that sense of support of the ground rising up and meeting you where you are. And the chair supporting you below your pelvis. We'll do some twisting here. So inhale, lengthen through the spine. And as you exhale, twist to the right. And inhale, center, and twist to the left. Let's do that 2 more times, each direction. Rhythm of your own breath. Unhurried and unrushed. As you accept the external support of the ground and the chair, and the internal support of your breath. We'll meet center for some internal and external rotation. So lower your fingertips down to the ground, keep your elbows lifted, shoulders soften from the ears, and lift back on up. And do that 2 more times. Rhythm of your own breath. And after your last round, slowly release your hands to your thighs. We'll do another exercise for the shoulders. You can imagine this as picking apples or cherries or whatever your favorite fruit is off the tree. So make yourself a basket with your right arm, an overhead movement, reaching your left arm up, reaching up, and whatever you're reaching for, put it in the basket. Could be at a diagonal to the outer right leg, and reach up with your entire body from that sense of rootedness and put it in the basket. Let's do 1 more time like that. Reach up and put it in the basket. Let's switch sides. So basket, left arm, right arm, left arm. So the other arm's gonna lift up the opposite side you did before. About 3 times. You can take a bite of whatever you're picking. Reaching up and put it in the basket. And slowly release your hands to your thighs. Now we're going to move into our hips. We have a couple options here. we're going to start off circling the right thigh bone in the right hip socket. So you can either use and accept the support of your hands to circle your thigh bone in the hip socket. We'll do about 6 times each side, or you can not use your hands and we'll have active flexion, or make it a little bit more challenging, placing your right hand on your right knee and use that as resistance. About 6 times. Keep the spine long and awakening the core. 6 times each direction. Again, meet yourself where you are. Just because you picked one variation to start does not mean you have to stick with that variation. Meeting yourself where you are. 6 times each direction. And after your last round, both feet on the ground, and again, feeling that sense of support from the ground, from the chair, and your breath. We'll switch sides. So we're circling within the hip socket. Either interlace your hands to support throughout the circling, or no hands, or left hand, rest lightly, or a little bit more heavy if you want extra resistance. Let's do that 6 times each direction. Again, maintaining that sense of groundedness through the foot that's still on the ground and your sitting bones, and maintaining a sense of support and length through the spine. Relaxing your shoulders. After your last round, placing both feet on the ground. And again, this concept of self-inquiry, self-study, noticing if there's any shifts or changes, finding power in the pause. And then extend your legs out in front of you. Keep a softness in the knees. Keep the spine nice and long and supported by the core, ribs softening in. Begin to point and flex your feet. Point and flex. And anytime you need, you can take your hands behind you to press down for added support. Point and flex. 3 more times. Good. And now, move your feet side to side. Fast or slow as you like. 6 to 8 times total. Side to side. And then let's circle 6 times each direction. All right, we're inviting in not only our sense of groundedness when our feet are on the ground, but also a sense of adaptability and mobility to what is the foundation of our body for most of the day. And now, place your feet as they were, so the ankles are about below your knees. And we'll do a little walking here with our pelvis, with our hips, to invite in a sense of adaptability and mobility in our lower back and our hips, which mimics the movement of walking. So keep your feet where they are, scooting one side towards the back of the chair and then the other until you find the back, and then walk it forward. Make sure you don't fall off your chair, towards the front of the chair. And let's do that about 3-4 times, backwards and forwards, keeping the shoulders relaxed, maintaining softness in the face and the eyeballs. This one always makes me laugh. Forward and back. Unhurried, unrushed, and embracing the awkward of it. The awkwardness. And then we'll meet halfway forward again. Here you may need to use a couch cushion or pillows or a rolled blanket instead, or if you have a bolster, grabbing onto your bolster and placing it onto your thighs so that it's close enough to your belly, and then resting your forearms, elbows, forearms, whatever is more comfortable for you. Hands supported by the bolster. So bolster towards belly or couch cushion or a rolled blanket. And this is a variation of cobra pose or sphinx-like pose in the chair. So gently pulling the elbows in, lengthen through the spine as you begin to hinge forward and fold forward. Couple cycles of breath as you look inward. This will also be a posture of letting go, and also a posture of surrendering. Surrendering anything that is not serving you positively. Surrendering, letting go of control, of uncertainty as you accept the support of the ground, of the chair, of your practice. And then we'll flow with that, lifting up your head and come back up. Inhale. 2 more times, we'll flow with that. Exhale, dropping your head at the bottom if that feels good to you. Coming back up. Inhale and exhale, surrendering. Make your way back on up. Inhale. Now you can place the bolster, your couch cushion, or your pillow or rolled blanket on the ground a little bit in front of you. You may have to adjust and lengthen your legs, but maintain a sense of softness in the back of the knees. Your feet are going to be about hip width distance apart, maybe a little bit wider. And press down through your heels. Lengthen through the spine, and we'll take a downward dog variation here. So reach your arms overhead, lengthen through the spine, awaken your core. And as you exhale, hinge forward just a little bit, keeping the spine nice and long, back of the neck nice and long, which may mean you need to drop your chin a little bit. Breathing here for 3, 2, and 1. Mindfully as you can, come on up and release your hands to your thighs. Let's do that 2 more times. So again, you're pressing down through the heels, dorsiflex, flex your ankles, reach your arms up, reach with your entire body. So your arms are starting at the back of your waist, reaching up. And your next exhale, hinging forward into our downward facing dog. Breathing here, accepting the internal support of your breath as you awaken your core. And slowly make your way back on up and release your hands down. Let's do that one more time. Reach the arms up, rooting down to rise up. So heels into the bolster or pillow, hinging forward, sitting bones supported by the chair. For another 3, 2, and 1. Slowly make your way on up and slowly releasing. So now you can use a yoga strap belt or a towel around the right sole of your foot, around the ball of your foot. And reach and extend. There are a couple ways that you can hold on to the strap. You can either hold on like a bunch of flowers here, so the thumbs will be facing inward and down. Pull up and lean, lengthen the spine. If your hands are not feeling good, lightly gripping the strap, there are a couple other variations that you can take. You can take your wrist to the inside and bring your palms together in like a prayer pose here. Or you can bring the strap around to the inside of your elbows and use that there for support. Whichever variation you're taking, flexing the foot, lengthen the spine. So you could even pull in to lift and lengthen. You could stay here or lift and lengthen your leg, but maintain length through the spine here. And breathing for 3, 2, and 1. You can keep your hands as they are or grab onto both sides of the strap with your right hand. Bring your right leg to the right and your left arm to the left. Breathing here, another 3, 2, and 1. Bringing it to center. And now left hand could grab onto both sides of the strap, bringing your right leg to hug into midline and right arm out to the side. And breathing here again, rooting down to rise up for 3, 2, and 1. Mindfully as you can, bring it to center and slowly release your right foot to the ground. Switch to the other side. So now to your left ball of your foot, you could bend the left knee in, taking whatever hand position you need here. Root down to rise up, activating your core. So awakening, there's a softening of the front of the body to the back of the body. Staying here with the heel on the ground, or lift on up. Relax the shoulders, and your hands are there for support, so make sure you're not over gripping. Again, lengthen through the spine, back of the skull for 3, 2, and 1. Holding on. Both sides of the strap with your left hand or whatever side you did before, and opposite arm to the side. Breathing here. Another 3, 2, and 1. Passing through center. And right hand or your opposite hand holding on. Same side, arm to the side. Bringing it to midline for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bring it to center and release your foot. And release the strap. And for the next shape and movement, first you could bend your knees and place the foot behind, the feet behind the bolster. You can use a bolster, or you can use a rolled blanket, or you can use a block. Now, I'm going to use a block. I'm going to place the block a little bit in front of the chair, and we'll start off with the block on the low side in the middle. We'll do a variation of Warrior 1 and Warrior 2 pose. So first, turning all the way to your left side. And you're going to scoot your right hip, right side of your bottom off the mat. Hold on to the back of the chair throughout this. So hold on to the back of the chair with your left hand. And sweep your right foot around until your right knee comes down onto the block, the bolster, or the rolled blanket, and top of the back foot. And adjust however you need to so your left hip stays on the chair. You might need to scoot it off a little bit, and right hip is off. And having about a 90-degree angle to start off with, engaging the core and awakening the right glutes here. And so you may need to, if you want, to slide the block back a little bit. Meet yourself where you are. Staying here, reach your right arm up to the sky. Press the top of the right foot down, right knee down. Press the left foot down and the left hip into the chair. Staying here, or reach the left arm up as well. And breathe here. Maintaining that sense of groundedness, and at the same time, a sense of inner body buoyancy by receiving the support of your breath for 3, 2, 1. The lower body staying about the same, but make your way into a Warrior 2 variation. You can flip the palms down or flip the palms up, soften the shoulders, and gaze past the fingers of your left hand. Again, pressing down through the right foot, right knee. Rooting down to rise up for 3, 2, and 1. Mindfully as you can, releasing. And you can slide the right foot forward and scoot yourself all the way back onto the chair. And then we'll switch sides. So walking around to the right side. You're walking around to the right side, sweep your left leg around until your left knee comes onto, could be a stack of books also, block, bolster, rolled blanket, and scooting your left hip is gonna be off and the right hip on or halfway on the chair, right ankle below the right knee, Hold on to the chair with your right hand and press down through the top of your left foot and left knee down. Lengthen the spine with the support of the breath in your core, reaching your left arm up. Again, engaging the bottom fibers of your left glutes, staying here, or reaching the right arm up. And breathing here for another good couple rounds of breath. Filling up all sides of your body for 3, 2, and 1. Open it up into Warrior 2 variation. The palms could be down or palms up. Gazing past the fingers of your right hand. Breathing here for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing. And hold on to the chair with your right hand. Left foot meets the right. And we'll do that flow, but adding on to the other side. So again, walking on over to the left, taking your time. Sweeping your right foot around until your right knee comes to the block, top of the foot. So right hip is off, left hip is on. And rooting down, press to the top of the foot and the right knee, reaching the right arm up, reaching your left arm up. And open up on your next exhale into Warrior 2. And flipping your left palm up and coming into a reverse warrior variation. Now the right hand can hold on to the chair behind you, like curling the fingers underneath. If you feel rooted and it feels fair and friendly to your body, you can reach back for your right heel. I'm going to stay up. And breathing here for 3, stretching to the left side of the body through the left fingertips. 2, and 1. Mindfully as you can, releasing. Left hand holds onto the chair, sweeping your right foot forward. Scoop both sides of your hips onto the chair as you walk through center. Turning on over to the right. Holding onto the chair with your right hand and sweep your left leg back and around. Left knee on the block and scooting your right hip more towards the front. Top of the left foot presses down. Holding on to the chair with your right hand, reaching the left arm up, staying here, or right arm up. Inhale, and as you exhale, opening up into your Warrior 2, flipping the right palm up. Make sure you maintain that sense of groundedness coming into a reverse warrior. So left hand can reach behind you. So left heel of the hand on the chair, fingers wrap underneath. Inviting your breath to create more space. Left side of the body, left hand could come to the left heel for 3, 2, and 1. Reach the right fingertips up to lift you back on up. Right hand holds on to the back of the chair and left foot meets the right. Scoot your hips both sides onto the chair and then walk your feet to center. Let's bring your feet about hip width distance apart or a little bit wider. And we'll have another opportunity to let go. So take your hands to your thighs, bend the elbows, and bring your belly towards your thighs. Let your head go. Now you can stay here or allow the hands to surrender to the ground, but maintain a sense of support of belly and ribs to your thighs. You can even bring your hands more center and flip the palms up. Thinking of one thing in your life that you can let go of. As you allow your thoughts to drip down to the ground. And allow the contents of your brain to settle. We'll stay here for about another 5 full cycles of your own breath. Releasing any unnecessary tension in your spine. Allowing the 4 sides of the neck to lengthen like a turtle does out of its shell. And let the bowling ball of your head be heavy. You can stay here if you feel like you need to. You can place your hands again on your thighs. Relaxing the hinge of your jaw. And then mindfully as you can, place your hands on your thighs if you haven't already. And root down through the feet, press the hands down, sitting bones down to come back on up. So come into a variation of Shavasana on the chair, holding on or grabbing onto your blanket. And you can scoot yourself more towards the back of the chair to feel that sense of support. You can take a blanket and fold it first vertically, and then you'll roll part of the blanket on the longest edge. You could even roll the whole thing if you want. And you'll drape the blanket around your shoulders and around your neck. So this rolled part will be a support for your neck. So you could cross one side of the blanket and then the other. So one side of the blanket across the front of your body, then the other. So you could create a nice blanket burrito, a nice roll to support your neck here. So making sure that maybe it reaches like the base of your skull, around your neck and towards the front. You could take another blanket, a bolster or a couch cushion or 2 blocks underneath your feet. And resting your hands wherever you like. Palms could be flat on your thighs. Palms could be up. You can overlap one hand on top of the other. If there's any kind of hand gesture or mudra you would like to take, go for it. And like we did in the beginning, feeling that sense of support of the ground rising up to meet your feet, right? Noticing the outline of your feet, making contact to the ground. Noticing this relationship, the space in between where your feet and the ground meet. Noticing if one side, the right side or the left side, is heavier than the other without trying to manipulate. Just noticing. Bringing awareness to your sitting bones, right side of your pelvis, left side of your pelvis. And noticing here if one side is heavier than the other. Noticing the points of contact with your back body to the back of the chair. Noticing the places and spaces in which your breath is flowing. Front, back, and sides. Again, your eyes could be closed or soft gaze, gazing downward. Noticing the heaviness of your shoulders, your arm bones, your hands, the contact of your hands either towards each other or on your thigh bones. And as you accept the support of this rolled blanket, you can adjust if you need. Begin to soften the front of the throat to the back of the throat. So having this sense of unloading and unburdening ourselves of anything we're carrying that's not ours to carry, while softening our listening to our needs and our vulnerabilities. Softening the front of the throat to the back as you soften the base of the skull. Softening your face, your jaw. Inviting more space in between top and bottom teeth. Softening your tongue, your speech. As you release your tongue from the roof of the mouth, the roof of your mouth begins to soften and broaden. Softening the space in between your ears. You can even soften the remaining sensing organs, your ears, your eyes, softening your nostrils as the air flows in and out. Softening again your tongue. Really softening the space in between your fingers and your toes. Begin to soften the top of your head. You are supported, and the sense of support begin to soften from the inside out. You are supported. And stay here as long as you need to. You begin to deepen your breath, bringing movement back to your fingers and your toes. Even nod your head side to side. And then place your hands on top of your heart, it could be even on your blanket. Gentle pressure of your hands towards your heart. As you lift your heart up towards your hands, think of one thing in your life that you are grateful for, no matter how big or small. And we'll end together with one cleansing breath. First, empty out all the air from your lungs. Inhale through your nose, fill on up. Keep your heart lifted, exhale, ha. And as always, gratitude for practicing together. May it all be of benefit to us and everybody else around us. Namaste. Everybody should feel good.